gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Hawthorne Springs. This is episode 5 of Hawthorne Springs, our Sunken highway. This is one of the biggest projects to date in this series. This highway goes straight through the center and the heart of the downtown Hawthorne Springs area, which is very important, as you can recall, because that's all this series is. It's a downtown series. So let me start off by reiterating that. A lot of people don't know this is not Cranberry County. This is Hawthorne Springs. Now, what is Hawthorne Springs? Hawthorne Springs is a downtown, tall building, dense, highly detailed city skyline series. Just like Cranberry County, very similar to Palm Island if you have been around for a while. If you're not and you're new, this is your first video with me, Design Candy. Welcome to the channel. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like this video. At the end, if you like what you're seeing, that helps me out a lot. That's the one thing that you can do for me that will help me and help boost this in the rankings as we continue to grow our channel. So that's what Hawthorne Springs is. Again, if you're new, go check out Palm Island. That's my featured series, my sophomore series. My first series was actually Apple Mountain Valley. That was about 3.5 years ago. Super dated now, so a lot of the visuals aren't up to par. That was my first series ever. Still a good series though if you're into the Cities Skylines scene. So yeah, let's get into it. Today's episode is the Sunken Highway. I don't know what we call this. Sunken Highway, normal highway, interstate, freeway. Basically, this highway just specifically cuts through the downtown area. So this is a city center, the city hub for the downtown area. This will house the most traffic. It'll be the most dense. It has the most lanes. And we're going to do a couple cool things here. So one of the things I want to do is on the left inner lanes, or outer lane, excuse me, on both sides, we want to do a HOV lane. And I'm actually going to make it true to an HOV lane by using the traffic president mod. And what that will do is it will force all traffic to not be able to get out or get off until certain points. So we're going to be able to do that. I toyed around with a couple of different things for this. Let me explain. The first thing I wanted to do is I built this sunken highway. I built this like 5 times, right? The first time we had everything sunken down and I had like an express lane that went in the middle. That express lane had 2 lanes, right? Obviously one going eastbound, one going westbound. But it shared, one stretch of road. And then on the outer parts, we had the actual highway. That didn't work out. It was too wide. It was too unrealistic looking. So then we went with these pre-made highways that kind of come together. And I like these for the most part. But if you're a Cities Skylines player and you're looking at downloading these, I would suggest you do your research because some of them have a lot of different bugs. So this is called the Concrete Highway Pack in the workshop. And there's some weird bugs with these. So I would kind of advise against doing that specifically. Go with your traditional highways and just clip them together. And I will actually have to go back and redo the Sunken Highway one more time. We'll do it off camera, but I'll have to go back and do it one more time just to get it completely right. But just as a point of reference, you guys can reference this video to see how I accomplished it. I did this the first time in Apple Mountain Valley, and it looked, looked like a video game. It looked kind of realistic, but, kind of didn't work out. So this is kind of my second attempt at it, and just super detailed, highly detailed. We're going to do right now on the screen. We're actually about to create like a makeshift tunnel. And a lot of the tunnels in City Skylines don't render. What that means is you can't see it when you go in it, right? So everything else you can see, but for a tunnel in City Skylines, you can't necessarily see it. It's underground. We can't view underground. This technique actually keeps the tunnel above ground, but I block it off with the concrete squares that you see now. So it's really fun because what we're going to do is we're going to use the procedural objects mod. And again, I'm getting used to this mod. But what that does is it removes the terrain underneath the building. So you can see right there, you're actually able to see rendered tunnels, right? That's a rendered tunnel technically. And we're going to work on some lights for that tunnel. But that procedural objects mod will allow us to put a building on top of that concrete that I just put down, right? So for the citizens of Hawthorne Springs, that's going to be a tunnel, but we actually know that it's concrete as a roof, and then there's a building clipped on top of it. So pretty cool technique. We're going to use some of the Hudson Yards assets that are built off of the New York, realistic Hudson Yards, and it turned out really, really well. So let's go into the plans of this series, right? We're in episode 5, and we're just pushing along. My plan for this series specifically, and I'm human, so don't hold me to it, but kind of, keep me accountable. I'm going to try to release these episodes every Wednesday, and Cranberry County will be on Fridays. So hopefully you check out Cranberry County that dropped last Friday. If you're binge watching, don't worry about it. But for all you weekly viewers, Cranberry County dropped last Friday. That would have been, we're still in our university series, so go check that out. But this is going to drop that next Wednesday, and we're going to try to keep to that schedule. Now, this is what I did. I took all of December. If you're watching this video, this came out in January 2020. I took all of December in 2019 to pre-record a bunch of videos. So I already know what happened. Let me tell you what happens really quick, and then I'll get back to my point. I've already recorded this video here. The next video is going to be our stadium district. It's actually to the right, to the top here. Our arena district. We're going to build a nice arena for the downtown. The video after that, we're going to build an arts district. So I already have those 2 episodes pre-made. Cranberry County, same thing. Listen to that video. I tease what's coming up. So I took some time to pre-make a lot of videos so I can stay on schedule. Obviously, life and work happens, so I get off track and we have a couple weeks where there's no videos. I want to try to alleviate that in 2020. So that is coming. That's the current schedule. You're going to have Friday and Wednesdays as drop days for these 2 series. And then we're going to start mixing in some other fun stuff like Planet Zoo, learning how to play that game, and then some Planet Coaster, followed by some Sims. So a lot of content coming to this channel as we continue to grow. Again, make sure you're sharing this stuff. That helps me out a lot. Make sure you're liking this video and subscribing. I look at my data, and a lot of you watch my videos and you don't subscribe. So I'm gonna appeal to you right now. I'm even gonna put a graphic down below on the screen. Subscribe to this channel if you like what you're seeing, and only if you like what you're seeing. I'm not one of those spammy YouTubers that's like, give me like for like. Honestly, if you're like, yeah, this guy's average, he's cool, whatever, right? I'm not gonna beg for it. But if you thoroughly enjoying your actual viewer and you come back, that helps me out a lot. So we're going to try to keep up with the schedules. 2020, I'm super excited for the channel. Got these 2 series, and honestly, these series compete with each other so bad, it's hilarious. So it's tricky. It's tricky because I like playing Hawthorne Springs naturally. Hawthorne Springs is like, this is what I do best. Downtown, high density, big buildings, big time projects, a bunch of land, like that's my bread and butter. Just go check out check out Palm Island. Cranberry County is so outside of my comfort zone. And so, that's just the way the cookie crumbles. But yeah, it's super competing, but it's super fun doing 2 series at once. I look at all the big time Cities Skylines YouTubers, and that's what they do. So I'm trying to be like them, and I want to do the 2 series thing. So it's coming along great. I hope you guys are enjoying it. As always, let me know what I should build next in this series. I'm looking over at my whiteboard right now. These are the things that I have. I have a financial district, a university, some sort of construction, whether that's building construction or road construction or both, another entertainment district, and then a bunch of industrial. So those are the things that are on my whiteboard right now. If you guys have any suggestions, make sure you drop them down in the comment section below for this series specifically. What can you envision in a downtown area? Now, what does your downtown area have, right? What does your densely populated area have that we should build. We already have a mall. We already have an arts district to come. But yeah, let me know down below if you have any ideas on what we should build for the series. Okay, let's address one more thing. So this series was initially designed to be a live streamed series. We test piloted it out for about 4 episodes. I know this is episode 5, but we did about 4.5 live streams. I say half because one of them didn't count. It was like a random Saturday where I was like, hey, I want to live stream. But I'm going to officially go away from that format. Again, we tested it out. It didn't work. Maybe when we get a little bit more subscribers and viewers on the channel, we'll do like dedicated live series, and maybe this will be the live series. But I'm trying to bring the best value that I can to the viewership of this channel and Design Candy, all the Candy fam. So that's just based off of feedback that you guys wanted. So I'm listening. We're going to go ahead and make these into episodes that we talk over, that we chill over, that we answer questions. So make sure you get your questions in for the next episode down below in the comment section. And we will, as always, answer some of those questions on the screen. It could be questions about the game. It could be questions about life, about YouTube, about anything you want. Any suggestions, any tips, anything you want, let me know down below for your comments and suggestions. Let's actually go through some of your comments and suggestions below here. I'm actually going to look at episode number 4, and we have a couple minutes left here before we wrap up this. So I'll try to go quickly. And these comments are from like 2 months ago, so I'm just catching up. We haven't had a Hawthorne Springs episode since November, so it's making its comeback with a vengeance. It's going to be awesome. So the first comment comes from Emmanuel. Emmanuel says, episodes with a heart emoji. Thanks, Emmanuel. I'm not sure what that actually means, but I really, really appreciate it. Aaron Clark is the next comment. Aaron says, the mall is awesome. Great work. Thanks, Aaron. He's talking about our pavilion mall that we built in the first couple of episodes. Go check that out. It's super fun. It's based off of the Denver Pavilion Mall in downtown Denver. So go check that out. But thank you, Aaron. I really appreciate it. Next comment is from Arco247. Arco says, how about using original cube things that come with PO? Apply whatever texture you want from texture.com. Change the tile size after PO. Move it up and update it. It becomes quite handful. It will give a huge variety of pavement textures specifically for malls and plazas. Arco, thank you so much for the comment and suggestion. I had no clue you can do that, so I'm gonna check that out. I'm the biggest noob on procedural objects, so big shout out to leader of the monkeys, and I think Pug Gaming had a tutorial on this as well. I am learning how to do procedural objects. For those of you who do not know, for those of you who do not know what that mod is, it allows you to texture, manipulate objects, assets in game. You can even manipulate 3D models, buildings in game. It's insane. It's literally a game changer for Cities Skylines. And so that's what procedural objects is. Arco, I will definitely check out some more tutorials and get a little bit better versed in procedural objects before I move on. But I really appreciate it. I've seen some crazy stuff, and we've used procedural objects in effect the way it's supposed to be. Like if you can see in front right now, those 3 buildings, and it went away, those 3 buildings, you'll see it in the cinematics after. The buildings that are placed underneath that tunnel are used by procedural objects. And so again, I'm kind of getting my feet wet. I saw Flux in his Avalon series. He started to use it a bunch when he was detailing his train station retail area. So again, I'm just learning. I try to soak in as much as I can. It's hard to keep up. You literally, there's a new asset and a new mod released on that workshop every single day. So it's super tricky, man. Like keeping up with everybody and keeping up with the things that people do. And so thank you guys so much for your comments and suggestions. Again, make sure to get those in for the next episode. We'll be reading them. Let me know if you guys like this format specifically. It's a little bit new thing that I'm doing. I'm talking a lot, but the episodes are a little bit shorter. I'm trying to keep them a little bit under 23 minutes. That's the target area. And so let me know if you guys are feeling this format specifically. or not, if you guys like the music overlay and then we do like a recap of what we built. I love doing both. I think that we'll switch it up every now and then and do both. So right now on the screen, as I was talking about earlier, we're doing the HOV lane up and down the highway and just trying to make it realistic. I think a city like this would definitely have an HOV lane downtown because you're going to have a lot of congestion in this dense part of the city, and it's just going to get even denser. So we'll see if the Cities Skylines mechanics can handle it. I usually get about 5 to 6 episodes in, and then my traffic just goes poop because we disproportionately build and the traffic in this game can't handle it. It's not designed to handle what we build at it. So we're going to wrap up this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, get your comments, suggestions, and questions in below. Also, let me know what we should build below. This is Hawthorne Springs, our downtown series. Thank you guys so much. All the binge watchers, the next episode is right on. And for all of you weekly viewers, I will see you next week. Enjoy the cinematics, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.